How to start habits that you don't want to do. What is going on, guys? So, right now, the sun is setting. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's very, very bright, so it's a little bit difficult to do this. Also, you probably noticed that I don't have a beard anymore. Well, I do, it's just super short. Yeah, I just wanted to change, that's all. Today, what I want to talk about is how to start habits that you don't necessarily want to do, but they're going to be beneficial for you, or they're good for you, or it's something that you have to do, etc. So basically, how to start habits that you don't want to do. So essentially, what you're going to have to think about first is why did you think about doing them in the first place? Why did you even think about these ideas? So I don't know, it could be anything. It could be keeping your room clean. It could be maybe going to the gym. It could be maybe doing something different at work. It could be maybe treating somebody differently. It could be literally anything. Say you have to start a habit. You have to think about what made you think about this, or what area in your life is this going to impact the most, or how are you going to benefit from it. Essentially, you have to think about what purpose does it serve? What way is it going to benefit you? And so that's going to be probably the first thing you're going to want to think about. The second thing you're going to want to think about is, why is it personally important to you? So not only how is it going to benefit you, but why does that feel important to you? Really kind of dig deep on this one and think about why you value what you're trying to do. The third thing is probably going to be, think about why you don't already do this thing. What kind of obstacles are you facing, or why have you not thought about this in the past? What's different now? These are the types of things that are going to kind of help you out with that. Another thing that you're going to want to think about when you're thinking about the challenges you're going to face is it convenient enough for you to do often enough for you to make it a habit? Essentially, is it something that you can do on a daily basis, or maybe every other day, or maybe every week? Or is it something that, you really have to go out of your way to do? And then how can you break that down into something small and simple? The idea is you want to be doing this thing often. You're going to adapt to what you do the most often. Your body's kind of like that. Your brain's kind of like that. As humans, we just kind of adapt to what we have often in our lives. So you want to make it simple enough that you can kind of do it on a reoccurring basis with ease. Otherwise, if there's too many obstacles in your way, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make excuses not to do this thing. Probably one of the most important things to do is have some sort of an internal reward system for this habit or hobby, whatever it is. And what I mean by that is two things. The first thing is be self-congratulatory. Be self-congratulatory. And so kind of reflect back on what you've done and tell yourself, I'm really proud that I did this today. I'm really, really happy, or good job. Think about it in a very positive light, because it's something that you didn't really want to do, but you did it anyways, right? So you have to kind of reflect back on that, kind of understand that that's something to be celebrated. That's something to be happy about, and that's something to be proud of. So really start to reflect on things a lot more that way. Also, be self-rewarding, right? So give yourself a reward after you've done something good. If you think about it, it's really simple, but it makes sense. How do dogs learn? How do little children learn? It's through positive affirmations and reward systems. So if you're trying to train yourself to do something, or if you're trying to build a habit to do something, then it's going to be a lot more helpful to, kind of reward yourself. So that can be done with whatever you like. Honestly, that can be done with whatever you like. Maybe it's, if you go to the gym today, then you can watch Netflix for an hour tonight before bed. Or, if you eat really healthy all week, then maybe you can reward yourself with your favorite treat. Maybe it's, if you do a certain amount of reading or studying or homework, then you can go out and hang out with your friends after and go for a drink, or go for a bite to eat at a restaurant you like, or something like that, right? So be self-rewarding. And when you get that kind of rush of dopamine after, it's going to trigger that in your brain for next time. And you can kind of continue to do that, right? That's going to be probably one of the most important steps in like building a habit that you don't really want to do. The last thing to remember is when you're building a habit that is, brand new to you, or you don't necessarily want to do it, then you have to kind of factor in the fact that you might fail a couple times. You might not get it the first time. You might fall off the wagon. You might stop. Essentially, what you want to remember is it's going to be a difficult thing to do. And you know that from the beginning because you don't already do it. So you have to remember to continue going when it gets difficult. Just because you fail a couple times doesn't mean you should stop altogether, right? Just keep trying. Keep pushing away at it. And that just comes down to discipline, and that's a really hard thing to build. I know that, especially myself. It's really difficult to build up discipline and self-accountability in that sense. Knowing that I struggle with it, other people probably definitely do as well, so this is something we can all work on together. If you can think of any ideas on how to build up good habits or what to do when you are failing at something like that, then leave it in the comments below for other people to see and they can learn from as well. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a good day and a good week.